Day number 5, without refined sugar. And by refined sugar, I mean namely fructose. Fructose is a sugar that's found naturally in fruit, and when we consume it in fruit, it's harmless because of how fruit is made. It's just filled with fiber and all kind of other vitamins and minerals that our body needs, and so the body breaks it down in a way that mitigates the effect that fructose has on the human body. But what man has done is pull that fructose out of fruit and changed it into a sweetener. The problem with that is once fructose is separated from the fiber as nature or God designed it, it becomes very, very bad for the human body in that the fructose molecule cannot be absorbed by any cell of the body except the liver. And what the liver does with that fructose is turn it into fats, blood fats, by way of triglycerides or cholesterol, or deposits of fat in and on the liver, which is very, very bad for us. The problem, well, one of the things that makes this problem even worse is that fructose essentially works the same way in the body as alcohol. And the one major distinction between those two, or two major distinctions, is that number one, alcohol is age restricted, fructose is not. So we're exposed to fructose from the cradle to the grave. So if you can imagine giving your toddler shots of tequila for breakfast instead of apple juice or Kool-Aid, you would say that that's ridiculous, but in truth, that's what we do when we begin giving our children, fructose at a very early age. Likewise, if you had a friend that, say consumed a fifth of tequila a day, every day, you would, probably try to get that friend some help. Well, in truth, if we are consuming a 2 liter of Coke a day, or a half a gallon of Kool-Aid a day, or whatever your sugar vice is. For me, it's literally tequila and red velvet cake. To the liver, those behaviors are the same, whether you're drinking a hard liquor or consuming sugar. The second major distinction between alcohol and fructose, is the fact that fructose does not have a toxic effect on the brain. So where you drink enough tequila, your brain is going to get intoxicated because that 10% of that alcohol is metabolized in the brain. And you're going to know, hey, I've had enough because you're drunk. Fructose is different. There are no metabolic triggers to tell you you've had enough. The only metabolic trigger that tells you you've had enough is your blood sugar gets elevated to the point where you become sick, but by then it's too late. And what I'm trying to condition myself is to see fructose or refined sugar as a treat, an occasional thing, like alcohol. I don't look at alcohol consumption as a bad thing, but in excess, it is understood to be a bad thing because of its effects on the liver. And in truth, fructose is actually worse than alcohol because it's available from the cradle to the grave, and it doesn't have those metabolic triggers to tell us we've had enough. It doesn't make us feel full, and it doesn't make us feel drunk, and therefore we can consume it all day, every day, and in the middle of the night, and not really feel its effects until we are suffering from high blood pressure, obesity, diabetes, and things of that nature, and our doctor tells us we've had enough, is only when we truly understand how devastating it is from a health standpoint. So just something to keep in mind when we're reaching for that treat or that occasional Coca-Cola or whatnot, that it has some serious health implications over time.